as I'm sitting here editing this one for you guys, I just realized I didn't film an intro to this video. But basically in today's video, we are just working on her nursery some more. We had still never finished it because of her whole coming like basically earlier than we were told, which technically she came 2 days after her expected due date, but obviously, you know, not the way that we wanted that to happen. And we were dealing with all of that and just being in the hospital for the last week with her. We never had finished her nursery. Now in this video, I still haven't technically finished it, like from what you guys are seeing. But since I finished filming, we were able to finish her room. The only thing we're missing is a dresser, which I think we're getting in a couple weeks, from one of our neighbors or something. But like that's the only thing that we're really missing in there now. So next month you guys should be seeing a room tour video, but this video is just like a little bit of working on her room, getting it cleaned and organized, and kind of just getting it prepared for her to actually move in there. She's been doing pretty good, like when I've put her sleeping on her own, as far as like sleeping on the correct side of her head, just because she obviously one side of her head you can tell looks flatter than the other, because she had spent half of her life already just laying on one side, and that was what she was comfortable with, and so we've been trying to correct her. So eventually we will be moving her into her own room when she's sleeping a little bit better at night. Some nights have been fine, some nights have been absolute chaos, so once she's a little bit better, then we can move her in there. But we just wanted to prepare her room just so that it is ready for her for when she's ready to sleep on her own a little bit, which I don't think you're ever gonna actually be ready, but you gotta eventually. But anyways, we're just chilling here. She's helping me edit the video for you guys today. We are getting her dedicated next weekend, so my husband is on his way home from work early today so that we can go to a little parent meeting about dedication and all the things for that. So I'm gonna quickly try and edit this video for you guys and post it up on YouTube. So I'm sorry if this video has come out a little bit later in the day. I usually try to do it around 11:30, or like have it post around 11:30-ish. It's already that time of the morning. We had a very long night last night, and so yeah, it was very much a struggle, so we had a later morning. So I apologize for getting this video out a little later than normal, but we're gonna go finish editing it and release it to you guys. Can you wave? Nadia, can you wave? Can you say hi? Hi. Hi. Can you wave? You usually will do it on your own because you're staring at yourself and you're trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Anyways, enjoy this video, guys, and very soon we will have a room tour out for you guys. But yeah. If you haven't already, go check out my nesting vlog series. I think there's about 3 videos in that whole series from when I was still pregnant and prepping for my daughter. Because we had the whole birth situation that we had, we did not end up ever finishing her bedroom. There's quite a few things that we still have to do that were on the list before we even had her, and there's quite a few things that have now been added to that list since we've had her. One of those things that's been added is, well, this right here. So she's supposed to be sleeping. Don't know what that sound was. She is in fact asleep. She just is making noises in her sleep. That kind of worried me for a second. You can see all this disastrousness going on in there. So postpartum was hard and we never even finished her room. And so one of the biggest things that I've had a struggle with, even in my own life, me personally, for my own things, is keeping my clothes organized. And so every time I'm just done, like get done with her laundry, in order to like just quickly move along, I just dump out all her clean clothes in her crib. So that way I have an empty basket to put all her dirty clothes in, because we go through clothes so fast that I just don't have the energy for this. Well, something I realized today, which is kind of what kickstarted me to actually finally start working on this, is the fact that this is all the clothes that currently fits her. And 3 sleepers. The outfit she's currently wearing is a size 0 to 3 month, and it's squeezing her little thighs in there. This is all for 6 to 9 months, which is, you know, this is one outfit right here. This is what we have for 9 to 12 months, is these 3 sleepers. This is all we have for 12 to 18 months, and this is what we have for 18 to 24 months. So it's slim pickings over here in her closet, and unfortunately there's not very much I can do about that, because I don't have a job and my husband's the only one working, and his income just barely covers mortgage, bills, things like that. This little bin I want to get out of here. This is all of her diapers and wipes, which actually there's no wipes in there. And I'm pretty sure all of the diapers that are in there are size newborn through 2, and she's about to be on size 3. So we don't have any diapers for the next step up. We also don't have any wipes. So that's another issue. But I'm trying to get that bin out of there. Probably gonna take it to our storage room whenever we start actually working on that down there. The other thing is just all of this since literally ever. This has just been the catch-all for all of our decorations, and now for hangers and for art stuff. So obviously I've been starting to do curriculum with her. I'm working on a video for that, probably gonna be up before this one, so go find that. But all of her art supplies for curriculum that I do with her needs a home, and it cannot be on here. Eventually we're gonna move her in here. Right now she's in our room with us still, and I thought she was gonna be in here a lot sooner, but that just never happened, and obviously we can't move her in here if her room is not ready for her. We also have a bunch of decorations that never got put up on the walls. Also a bunch of hangers that need to be put on clothes. But we have all that stuff here. So we have things that I grew up with in my bedroom at my dad's, is this little thing. We also have this picture of a little girl praying. It's like, if you've ever seen that like old man and old woman praying with like the loaf of bread and stuff, it's within that same collection, but it's just a little girl, and that one was the one that was in my room. My dad has the other ones, I think, still, maybe, like in his house, but I really wanted that from when I was a little girl. And also I have bookshelves and other pictures that I had custom made that I need to put up, and also I need to put up pictures of us, our family and stuff. We have this pile of books that is for later on that we need to find a home for. Probably gonna go in her closet, like all of the books that are seasonal and stuff. Probably gonna go up in a shelf in her closet. And then this is also a box of stuff that I had in my room when I was little. So like there's a lava lamp, there's other lamps, there's a little video recorder that's Hello Kitty in there. There's quite a few other little things. She's playing. That is a play noise, but I guess she woke up from her nap. There's quite a few other things in there that like or mine when I was little that I have to figure out what I'm doing with. And then we have these 2 bins. So this top one is for baby girl clothes, and the bottom one is just other baby stuff. So other baby items that we're not using anymore for her because she has grown out of it or whatever. Eventually I have to get a little gift ready. One of the pastors, like the group pastor at our church, had a baby, and we didn't know the gender. They didn't know the gender until the baby was born, and I just found out this past weekend that it is a girl, so I'm gonna put a few little items together for their daughter. And then this pile is all the clothes she has grown out of, and I have to go through everything, which includes going through that and all her other clothes to see what still fits her and what doesn't, figure out what we're keeping of that, and I have to store that away in this bin. And then what we're not keeping, we're gonna take to Once Upon a Child and swap out for some new clothes that will actually fit her. This is her newborn insert for her car seat, and it makes me kind of sad to see that because she's getting so big. And then we have to fix this so we can start using it, because I just go into our room and put down her little travel pad and change her on there. But that has all diapers she has grown out of, so we have to update that. So our goal just today, and you'll see the rest of me working on this. Today is October 9th. At the end of this video, I will tell you what the date is and when we're actually finishing this whole thing, because eventually we're gonna want to. Oh, there's lovely construction outside, and I'm just hearing some interesting noises that are kind of scary. Eventually, I want to give you guys a room tour, like a full-on room tour of all her stuff, but can't do that if it's not finished and she's not even sleeping in here. So today's goal is to just organize all her clothes, go through what we have, make a list of what we're gonna need, and set aside all the things that we're gonna take to Once Upon a Child to then swap out for other stuff. We're also, so if you see this stuff on the floor right here, this little, my brother and sister-in-law are having a kid after having 5. They're having a 6th. Did I say that correctly? Yes, 6th. But they haven't had a kid in 10 years, so they don't have anything. And so this is a gift from my neighbor. She's getting rid of it. It's just a little like playmat thing. So I'm giving that to them. And then this is a bumbo that I am not going to give to anyone, because look at that scoop bottom. We don't do scoop bottoms. That is not an okay thing. So we're actually going to, this was a gift, but I'm going to trade it in at Once Upon a Child for one that's actually pediatrician recommended. And yeah, so we're setting aside all the things that we are taking to Once Upon a Child. We're setting aside things that I'm going to gift to my brother and sister-in-law and to my one of my pastors. And then I'm probably going to put those books away just because that's an easy thing that I can actually deal with today. And then we're going to organize all of her clothes and do all that jazz, and then we'll see what we got, see what we need. I'm gonna go help her quick, and then we're gonna get moving. Can't forget our mom fuel. Not sponsored, but I wish it was. Sponsor me, please. It's the only thing I drink. And this is the only way we were gonna get anything done around the house. So she's coming along to help set up her room. Maybe we'll get a little bit more done today than originally planned, just because of the fact that she's along for the ride and I didn't have to worry about running back and forth, but we'll see. All right, we are getting started. I'm gonna go through this bin, see what we got for future clothing, because I know none of it's gonna fit her now. It was a gift from our neighbors. They were trying to get rid of the stuff that their baby grew out of. And then we're gonna hang that stuff up. Then we're gonna deal with all of the laundry I just brought up a basket too, but that's all in the crib now. We're gonna deal with all that. We're gonna make the pile of the stuff that doesn't fit, and then we're gonna go through this and put the rest of it away, the stuff that will fit, and then go through the stuff that doesn't fit, see what we're gonna keep, see what we're going to put in this bag, because it's the only thing that I could find that would be worth it, because the small paper bags that we have we used for our recycling, and also I know I'm probably gonna have more than what would fit in there. For the stuff that's gonna go to Once Upon a Child, also, again, not sponsored, but love them to death, so maybe someday. But that's what we're gonna do now. You're gonna see a little time lapse of all of that. So it doesn't feel or look like a lot, but we've made a lot of progress. This is cleared out of all of the clothes. Just have some sheets, some of her mattress sheets, and burp rags and washcloths and stuff in here, and then her hangers, and obviously the toys that we just leave in there. I've started a bin of like all the clothes that need to be washed again, whether they don't fit or not, or whether they still fit or not, just because there were some that the stains didn't come out, but usually when I wash them a second time through, they're good. Pile of clothes that don't fit, pile of clothes that don't fit. Now we have to go through all this, double check that they're all clean, like stain free, and if not, throw all the dirty ones in this bin, and then pick out what we're keeping for her, or not for her, for a future sister of hers, and then figure out what we are going to pack away to bring to Once Upon a Child. I do like how the closet looks now a little bit better. Let me show. We have a lot more stuff. Some of it's going to grow out of very soon, but we do have more than I originally saw. These, so I put them in order of like what she's gonna grow out of first, so you can probably tell by how short they are. This one she hasn't ever worn. It's a size 3 to 6 month, but it does look pretty tiny. Some certain brands are smaller, like fit smaller than they say. Some certain brands fit bigger than they say, so It's just kind of hit or miss. But these ones are gonna grow out of pretty soon. So technically she only has 3 that currently fit her. And then this one is a little bit big, so she'll have to grow into it a little bit more. But that's what she has for sleepers for 3 to 6 months. And then these are all shirts. She only has 4 that are long sleeve, and it is getting very chilly out, so I'm adding to the list like more cold weather clothing, because this is probably enough, not for the next 3 months, but probably enough for the time being. But it is getting colder, so I don't feel like it technically is a good enough amount. And then these are a couple outfits that she's definitely gonna grow out of very soon. Like this is not like really an outfit to go out, more of just around the house, just because it is short, but it does fit her still a little bit. So it was a little like big on her when she was fitting in that size. So she'll probably be able to wear it a couple more times, but definitely not out just because it is getting colder. And then this probably a couple more times. It is getting smaller on her, and then we can just do long sleeves and she'll be warm in it, so it'll be fine. And then all of these dresses are, I mean, this one's probably the only one that's really warm weather. And I think we'll probably have to get her more tights. We only have 1 pair of tights right now. So more tights and then more warm weather dresses, because these are all, or more cold weather dresses because these are all warm weather. And then we only have 2 sweatshirts, so I want to get her a couple more sweatshirts, just more cold weather outfits, just for, because we live in the Midwest and it does get very cold. And then we are, our neighbor is, I think in November, their in-laws were bringing a bunch of furniture from their house that they were getting rid of, and they're gonna bring us a dresser because we don't have one yet. And so for now, I just put all of her pants up here. She literally has 6 pairs and only 3 that are gonna fit her within the next couple months. And these are 6 to 9 month. Actually, these 2 are 9 month, and this is a 6 to 9, and it's shorts. So we do need more pants. We need more stuff for cold weather. And then I was only able to put like 2, actually 3 things over on this side, which I don't even know what size this is because it didn't have it on the tag, but I don't know if it'll end up fitting her by the time it's warm season again, so we'll just have to see. And then I put all those extra books up there. That was a struggle bus, and it doesn't even look that great, but it's up there. So yeah, and then I put these little booties up here. Hopefully they'll fit her, because these are supposed to be 3 to 6 size, and her feet are way too small for them. And honestly, I'm hoping that they fit her like when it's warm, like springtime again, just because they're really cute. And I have a matching pair of Birks, so my cousin got these for us to match, and I think they're so cute, and I really hope that her feet fit into them by the time it's warm weather season again. And then these, I wasn't thinking when I first were given them that they would fit her for winter weather, but because they say 3 months, but honestly, with how small her feet are right now, I'm hoping that they just fit for at least a little bit so she can wear them a few times. But we definitely need to get her some winter stuff. She does have a snowsuit, but again, not sure if it's gonna end up fitting her during that time when it's actually winter out. So we do have to get her cold weather stuff. And then I moved the bin out of here. I put that sketch pad and that in there because it's just awkward and I wasn't really sure where to put it, and then I just left that in there. The walls look so gross, and there's literally holes in the floor. We're gonna ignore it. And then I have to go through this bin. Most of it, probably all of it, is going into storage just because it's gonna have to wait until we have more kids. But yeah, and then over here, this bin used to have all her pants in it. Obviously I went through all of them and pretty much none of them fit, so I just put all of her artsy activity stuff in there and kind of started to clear this off. This is the picture of the praying little girl. Honestly not sure, gonna have to have my husband's creativity help me pick where to put that and where to put the other stuff, and he's gonna have to be the one to put it up because ain't no way. This box, I'm gonna go through it to figure out what's going into storage, what's gonna be kept, and then we're going to organize this into the bin and the rest to donate, and whatever is dirty is gonna go in there. And then that is gonna be all for today's part of the video. So, yeah. So I've done what I can for today, and there's still a lot to do, so let's go over it. Nadia woke up from her nap and is playing out there, so ignore that. But this is part of a gift that we're giving to our pastor, and then I threw in some size 2 diapers because we just have so many size 2 diapers and we're about to be on size 3. So literally I'm using up all these Kirkland brand ones because they were already opened, and then we have 2 packages of Huggies, and yeah, and we had a pack of Pampers, and so I'm gifting the pack of Pampers that are a size 2, and then we have a bunch of size 1s left over, so those are all in this bin. And then, yeah, size 1s, size 2, just a ton left over, and we need size 3s. So I'm gonna gift them. I also gifted some breast milk bags. I don't know if she's breastfeeding, but yeah. And then a book and a toy. So probably might add to that, might not get time to, but yeah. And then for my brother and sister-in-law, this is going to not that much stuff, honestly, but stuff that I definitely won't be able to use again. Yeah, but this is all for Once Upon a Child. This stuff I still have to put away. It's blankets, literally needs to go back in the wash because it's still stained. A bunch of burp rags and washcloths, and then all the rest of our hangers are just chilling in here. Put all her stuffies back up nicely. Put her toys away. Arts and crafts stuff. Oops, this needs to go back up. I was using it as a coaster. But anyways, this is all good. Moved her dirty clothes bin in here so we can start using this. This is literally a spit up stain. I'm gonna change the sheet, don't worry about it. Filled up her, oh my goodness. All right, she's hanging out with us now, but anyways, I put more size 2 diapers down there. I swapped out the size 1s, and then we're gonna use up those, and then we're gonna move up to size 3s. Just got these bins sitting here. But yeah, and then you saw the closet. I put all this stuff that needs to go on the walls down there. So that's my husband's job. And once that stuff's up, and once I get this stuff put into storage, once I get this stuff kind of like tidied up, it's mostly just making sure everything where it needs to go. Then that'll pretty much be it, other than like my husband has to put up all of her pictures and stuff. And then we can finally use her room. We got to get her transitioned properly, but then it'll finally be usable, and then I'll finally feel like it's an okay space. So we're gonna start having her, like, we're gonna start changing her diapers in here just so she's used to coming in here. And then I'm gonna start by, like, when she first falls asleep, transitioning her into her crib. And then once her first wake up is at night, then I'll transfer her back to our room for the rest of the night, but just slowly weaning her into here. But anyways, that is all for this video. I look like a hot mess. I gotta feed her now and start dinner because my husband's on his way home. But thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to check out my other videos. There will be a lot to come. Hopefully very soon we get a nursery tour going for you guys, but that's all for now. Love you all. Bye.